Hey, it's the Empire. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon for more videos. We taking over. Let's go, champ. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's go.
Hey, it's the Empire, Geoboxing Empire, Backstore Boxing. Now, man, Deontay Wilder is having the biggest fight of his career, fighting Luis King Kong Ortiz, and I have a feeling that Deontay Wilder could possibly get stopped in this fight, and I'm gonna tell you why. Now, Deontay Wilder is a phenomenal fighter, but this is quite easily the biggest fight of his career against the most dangerous fighter in heavyweight division, quite arguably, at least the best southpaw in the division by far. You know, you can't compare Luis Ortiz to a Charles Martin. Both southpaws, completely different levels, right? Now, the reason why I think Deontay Wilder will have a hard time with Luis Ortiz, number one, is because, man, he's on a TV show, man, and it's like some reality TV show, and Deontay Wilder is on it, and he's like a main figure. He's always on the show. He's in every episode. And how are you going to be fighting in the biggest fight of your career in a TV show, and you're on a TV show? That TV show is a reality TV show, is at least going to take 30% of your time you would otherwise have training. That being said, that Deontay Wilder is going to be wasting a lot of time doing that TV show instead of training. It may be called a reality TV show, but believe me, man, that stuff's scripted. It's scripted. Deontay Wilder has to practice. He's an actor. He has to practice. He has lines. There's a plot. It goes places. It's not all improv. So Deontay Wilder, and even if it was, it still takes time, and it takes a lot of time. I mean, it's a production, and it's going to be going on until the fight. So that's why I think this is probably the worst thing you can do in the biggest fight of your career is be on a TV show or some kind of thing that's going to take a lot of your time up. If you guys ever played Fight Night before, it's like this. If I work out and I'm like 70% tired, and then I fight a guy and my stamina is low, and then a guy hits me who has 100% stamina, that 100% punch is going to, and I'm 70% tired, it's going to feel a lot stronger than it really was because I'm already exhausted. So the thing is, Deontay Wilder is not going to come in his fight 100%. He's going to come in his fight maybe 70%, assuming it takes, at least 30% of his time doing this TV show because, he's so busy doing that and not 100% focused on the fight. So it's going to be a 70% Wilder versus 100% Ortiz, who could possibly be higher than that because not only did Ortiz have basically two training camps because the Deontay Wilder fight fell apart the first time, but he has two training camps because he had that first guy he knocked out, and that was supposed to be Deontay Wilder he fought, but he came up with a drug test. So they later gave Luis Ortiz basically 3-4 more months to get this fight, and Luis Ortiz could have possibly got better because he knew he was going to fight the most dangerous fighter in his career, at least with knockout power, but Deontay Wilder. And, he obviously trained hard, and he had, instead of 3-month training camp, he's basically having 6 months because right after that performance, Deontay Wilder hopped to the ring talking trash to Luis Ortiz, and they started talking trash back to each other, so Ortiz knew he was going to fight him still. So that training camp didn't stop. It continued. So it's going to be really hard for Deontay Wilder, man. It's going to be challenging fighting Luis Ortiz when he's doing a whole bunch of other things instead of just focused on boxing. Now, if Lou DiBella was a great promoter, Deontay Wilder wouldn't have to put his name out there in a reality TV show, and he would just straight focus on boxing, right? Think Pacquiao. When Pacquiao was just straight focused on boxing, he was running through people. But now Pacquiao is a senator, wanted to be president, used to be singer. He's doing like a million things, and now he's struggling against mediocre opposition, or above average opposition, maybe B-level fighters. Like that Jeff Horn fight shouldn't have been close, but Pacquiao doing so many things, that's why that fight was close, because Pacquiao's time is spread out so much. He only has so much time to focus on boxing. So Deontay Wilder, man, it's really even legendary fighters. If they do too much, they can even struggle. This is boxing. People, they dedicate hundreds of thousands of hours, man, into this, boxing game. The trainers, their team, all that's put together, the promotion. It's a lot of hours you're putting in. The media outlets writing stories about you, getting quotes, all that stuff. It's hundreds of thousands of hours, man. I don't know how Deontay Wilder was going to handle all this, all this, all this, distractions, because this is the biggest fight. So, man, let me know how you guys feel about it, man. I think Deontay Wilder, obviously, he can't come in this fight 100% because he's busy doing other stuff that's not boxing related, you know. Let me know how you guys feel about it. Like, comment, subscribe. This is The Empire. Boxing Empire. Peace.